Gruesome Magazine.
Welcome. It's 10 minutes to midnight. I am your host, Doc Rotten, and this is Gruesome Magazine, where we review the very latest in streaming and video on demand horror movies. Each week, my co-host Jeff Mohr, Crystal Cleveland, Dave Dreher, and I will take a look at various spooky, scary, and gory genre offerings. Tonight, we are reviewing 10 minutes to midnight. Dave, what is that? 11:50, right?
Yes, it's also known as 11:50.
Yes. But we're going to go with 10 minutes to midnight for tonight. All right, let's introduce.
Sounds sexier.
It kind of does. All right, let's start off with Jeff Mohr. Jeff, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. And if it's Deb, can you hear me?
We can hear you, sir. A little bit of a lag, but keep going.
Big delay. All right. Well, if you're 10 minutes to midnight, you must be out in the middle of the Atlantic.
That's true.
I don't get it.
I don't get it, but I'm going to go with it. That's awesome, sir. Thank you for that. I have no idea what you mean.
I love the intellectual humor. Great.
I don't get
I'm
it.
glad you think
I'm
that's
serious.
what it is.
I'm like,
Stick around to the end of the show where Jeff explains what he just said. But until then, let's say hello to Crystal, the living dead girl. Hi.
apparently stupid because I don't get it at all. And
That's all right. I don't either. And, but Dave does. So let's say hello to Dave Dreher. Dave has been my co-host for H&R for the past 7 years. How you doing, Dave?
I'm doing good. I am excited. We're actually going to talk about an actual horror movie, a real, honest to God horror movie.
There's
no subtitles. There's no Japanese people. There's no deep ass meaning. There's no deep ass meaning. It's just a horror movie.
Stop!
You love your J horror.
I do. We've
No
been all over
artistic
the
drone
place.
shots. Right?
Oh no!
Just a horror movie.
It is a little WTF. So Jeff is on board, right?
Yeah,
so yes, let's talk about this movie. 10 minutes to midnight. Let's throw up our card, shall we? Blech. 10 minutes to midnight. It's available August 14th, 2020. It's world premiering at the Popcorn Frights Drive-In Horrorshow down in Florida. From there, I don't know exactly when it's going to be available on VOD and streaming, but keep a lookout for it. This you'll hear about it all very shortly. The synopsis is: a late night radio host is trapped inside the station by a violent storm after being bitten by a rabid bat.
I love that synopsis. That's so great.
Yes, it says everything and nothing at all. This is directed by Erik Bloomquist and written by Erik Bloomquist and Carson Bloomquist. It's the Bloomquist twins. No, they're just brothers. But it is starring Caroline Williams. Yes, the Caroline Williams. Nicole, Kang, Nicholas Tucci, William Youmans, and Adam Weppler. It's a good cast. This is going to be a fun discussion. I hope you stick around and listen to all of it because there's a lot of really interesting things to say about this film. We start off with our first impressions. So let's do that. And Crystal, you're up first.
yay. Okay. So I love this movie. Caroline she did such an amazing job. I was honestly blown away by her and her performance. And this is such a simple movie. It is basically one location, completely one location inside this radio station. It has such a great and twisted, turny, weird tale, though. It kind of, for like the first half of the movie, it's kind of one way, and then everything kind of gets flipped upside down, and then it goes way off the rails, and I loved it. I don't know what it was about. And Nicholas Tucci, oh, I'm so sad. Yes. He was so good. So freaking good. I was actually like, who is this guy? And why haven't... And unfortunately, then, they dedicated the movie to him. Yeah. He was young. He was, it's unfortunate. I'm sorry. That's something that had to be mentioned anyway. But yeah, apparently he passed away from cancer. So that's really rather unfortunate. But he was so good. The whole cast was amazing, I think. I think it's such a weird tale. Okay, and I don't think this is giving anything away, but it is a freaking vampire movie, which is totally my thing. I mean, and they have the fangs and all, and I have missed fangs in movies, and it's like yeah, it's just good. It's good, and it deals with the dynamics of relationships a little, but mainly it's just about this beautiful woman and how hot she is. She's super hot. Like I'm in awe of her. She's fabulous.
This might be one of her all-time best performances. Erik really got a good. So Nicholas Tucci, I just want to touch on that a little bit. He did work with Erik Bloomquist and Anna Weppler, who is also in this film and a producer, in their previous film, Long Lost, which I recommend watching it. I think it just dropped on Amazon. Just dropped on Amazon Prime. And it is extraordinary. It was one of my favorite films from that year. And we got to interview Erik and Adam for that. And they are really, really cool. Awesome. I did not realize this was their film until it came on and right before it came on. And so I was blown away. And
did you know? So, okay. So they're showing Backward Creep right before the world premiere of this at Florida Drive-In.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, we have a co-host on H&R, Christopher G. Mohr, who made a short film called Backward Creep, and Crystal is actually in that film as the Backward Creep. Can't you see? Look, just come on.
Wait. I'm like, I see.
So it is playing before it, so that is actually quite amazing. But let's continue the show here and find out what our first impressions were as I ramble on like I normally do. But Jeff Mohr, you're up next, sir. What is your first impression of 10 Minutes to Midnight?
I'm completely with Crystal. This was a lot of fun. This is definitely Carolyn Williams' movie, and she really, really excels in this and really plays a range of emotions, all, full tilt in all respects. But it also has a really good sort of ensemble cast supporting her, which is very, very cool. So yeah, the whole idea of the rabid bat, or is it just a bat? But it was, I don't know. It was fun. The whole idea, God, what a creepy station manager. Bob was.
Yes,
Bob. Guy is so bad. Anyway, I enjoyed the heck out of this.
I like that. Yeah, but which Bob?
I know.
Might be one more Bob.
I'm gonna tell you. See, okay, sorry. No, it's.
That's all we're ever gonna. We are not mentioning that again.
Yeah,
but
so funny.
It gets weird.
Smarter one, Bob.
It gets weird. All right, Dave, sir, what is your first impression of 10 Minutes to Midnight?
I think we're all going to be simpatico on this one. This was a fun movie. I loved it right from the opening credits when it kind of had that old grindhouse feel with it reminded me of sticking in an old VHS tape.
Yes.
Back in the day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I knew right away, I'm like, I'm going to love this. And then Carolyn Williams is amazing in this. She's really I know you always think of her from Texas Chainsaw 2, and that's kind of been her calling card for all these years, right? But I think that's about to change, because I think 10 to Midnight's going to become her go-to performance, because she's amazingly strong in this, and she looks fantastic. She's a great actress. There's no way you can not like her in this film. She's fantastic. The movie was just a ton of fun.
Yeah.
All the way around.
And she gets to do a number of great screams. Which, of course,
yeah.
The only thing is that she's a DJ again. So, but it works. It works perfectly. So I didn't like this movie. No, I'm joking. I love this movie.
It was no dead ones, but it was okay.
It's really bizarre, and I love the performances. All the cast members are terrific. Caroline, of course, does stand out. But Nicholas and Adam are so wonderfully goofy. They're almost cartoonish, but not quite. Not quite. You still kind of, it isn't. There's just a way that they wink at the camera when they're saying some of their lines that is really quite delicious and fun. I love the young actress who comes in and is going to take over for Caroline's character and her role, and of course Bob. We gotta talk about Bob. Bob is so smarmy, and it is it's a lot of and it gets weirder and weirder as Caroline Williams' character, which we should call her by her name. So let's do that. It is Amy Marlowe. Great name, by the way. Amy Marlowe. Her character, Amy Marlowe, is trying to figure stuff out because she's kind of seeing things and not really sure what's going on. And we're with her, right? We have no idea. We're actually following her story, and who are these people and what's the relationships and why? Is that real? Is that not real? What's happening?
Well, right from the start, she walks in with the bite mark on her neck. I mean, that's,
yes.
When we first meet her, and we get that. I love the running rabies joke with that dude with the, it could be rabies.
It was funny.
But it was
all delivered all that. Oh, so good.
Because his head was cocked and tongue was, might have been in his cheek, but he was great. And then the last half of the movie just. Like, what am I watching? I was like, what are you telling me? I don't know what you're telling me now. And then so I'm trying to figure it all out. And then we have it ends in a fun way. I wish I could have seen this in a film festival. This is such a film festival film to watch in a crowd. It just would work so well with other people watching. I missed that, but I recommend this film. Eric, you did a good job, bud. Good job.
Yeah. It's so interesting.
Thumbs up.
So interesting. I really liked it.
So Caroline Williams steals the show. Obviously, it's her character. I really thought she was going to be a day player, because that happens a lot. The name character comes in, they're 10 minutes and they're gone. But no, this is her movie. She is not a day player. There aren't day players. And she is quite amazing. Now, beyond that, who stands out? Who stands out? Is it Bob? Is it Sienna? Is it Ernie? Is it Robert? Is it Aaron? Who is it? Who?
Well, like I said, I think Nicholas Tucci did an amazing job. So he stood out to me from the very, very beginning. Like, his delivery of the rabies stuff is just hilarious to me. And I think it was perfectly done. Honestly, the whole cast is good, though.
I don't know if you noticed it, but later in the film, whenever you see Nicholas Tucci, he's in the background. He's usually got his head down. He's got very creepy lighting, and he looks creepy as hell. It's like, what is going on with him? I don't know if you noticed that, especially during the party, the crazy party scene, because they give our lead character, Amy Marlowe, is getting ready to retire. She's been at the station for 20, 30 years?
30 years, something like that, yeah.
I don't want to overstate it. But yeah, she's been there a while and getting ready to retire. And, Sienna is coming in as
27 years later.
Intern. What was that? And it's, so
27 years, I think.
27. Yeah, I think that's exactly what it was. So they give her a going away party at the end. It's just the most bizarre, crazy going away party ever. And it may or may not involve a coffin.
Oh, isn't that one of the best parts, though?
Yes. What did you think of the style, Dave? I don't usually ask you about direction. Usually, actually, about effects, and there are effects in this. But what about the direction? What do you think Erik Bloomquist did here? Did he? He made some choices, right?
Yeah, he did. I mean, he seemed to be trying to go for that old school feel. He didn't pull any punches with this movie. He was just making a good old fashioned kind of creature feature horror film. And, I think he pulled it off brilliantly. It doesn't break any new ground. We talk about that a lot sometimes, of them trying to reinvent the wheel. He just took the wheel and ran with it and had a shitload of fun. And, I think it worked out great, and it really, honestly, what we're all saying is 100% right. It all comes down to the cast. It comes down to all those pieces coming together and making it work, and it did. This was a great ensemble cast with Caroline Williams, piloting the boat, and man, it just worked beautifully.
Yes. I can't do anything but agree with you, sir. Can't do anything but agree with you. Jeff, WTF moments are always, that's what we go to you for, because you keep us in check, you keep us grounded, and you kind of, you help us through the WTF. WTF here?
Yes.
Or is it rabies?
Or is it rabies?
Yeah, no, I especially when it moves to a whole nother level when we mentioned Bob, another Bob,
Yes.
or Bob.
Yes.
Which Bob?
It's
I
like
think
everything
it was.
gets flipped. Yeah.
Can't
It's
say
a
too much more.
whole other world.
Yes.
That was awesome.
And it really had me going, and it doesn't stop there. It really just keeps going down that pipe. And and I I love the fact that the characters have sometimes no idea what's going on. Like one guy's walking through the station later on. There's blood all over the wall. He doesn't even.
Yeah, he didn't even notice it. I was like, wait, dude.
And they're like, right? and but I love it. It was a great touch. It does feel very, very, very 90s, late 80s, 90s. So I don't know if Erik was going for that, but he achieved it, whether he was or not.
He had to be.
He
It had to be intentional.
It's so perfectly done. Now that I didn't really, I feel a little dumb. I didn't really pick up on it as I was watching it. I think I needed to watch it again. I liked it that much. Like it felt like there was a lot to like see in this movie. Like there was a lot of eye candy. There was a lot of stuff. There was a lot of ins and outs with the characters, and
I feel like I missed some stuff. I feel like there was probably stuff going on that I was paying too much attention to Caroline.
Me too. Yeah. I couldn't take my eyes off of her. I am not kidding you. I was like, and she's just like so beautiful. And I was like, Adam, is that the other dude with the piercings?
Yes.
Okay, so he's awesome too, because I was like, dude, of course he wants her. He of course he wants her. Like he'd be crazy not to want her. Okay, come on. Come on.
Yeah, you had me on the show when I was 9. I was like, oh, come on, dude.
I know. I was like, no.
That's not going to get you anywhere, but go for it, dude. There's a lot to say about this. It's a fun movie. But Jeff threw out something at the beginning of the show, and I think now Jeff has to.
What does that mean,
Jeff? You said, what was it you said about being out in the middle of the ocean?
Something about being in the Atlantic.
Yeah. Well, you said it's 10 minutes to midnight, but it was really like 9:20 in the Eastern time zone. So for it to be 10 minutes to midnight, you would have been out in the middle of the Atlantic in a different.
Holy moly!
That's quite a nerdy thing to do. I am going to say, Jeff.
No wonder. Woo!
And Dave, you got that.
I'm sure. I'm surprised Jeff didn't have the exact longitude and latitude of what would happen. But Jeff, if we give him 5 minutes, I'm sure he could come up with that.
Jeff is the smartest one in the group. We will say that he's got it together, man. Dude, that was weird. All right. So, Crystal, I'll end this saying I hope you get to star alongside Caroline Williams one day, because that would be a lot of fun.
I would like cut off someone's arm for that. Not my own, someone else's for sure.
Stay away from Crystal. She's gonna cut your arm. Are you?
No.
Are you?
No.
Is she kidding? No, that's not kidding. All right, let's wrap this up. Let's give our final thoughts, our score, and our favorite scene. We're having too much fun. 10 minutes to midnight. Yeah. But before we do, subscribe down below, hit the bell to get notified, hit the like button or the dislike button, and let us know what you think. Leave some comments. We'd love to hear what you think. Hope you if you got to see this movie in Florida at the drive-in, let us know. I'd love to hear how it went. I'd love to hear what you thought of the short that played in front of it, Backward Creek.
Yeah.
And from our compatriot Crystal G. Mohr.
Crystal G. Mohr.
Oh wow! That's actually weird. It's like
he didn't want that. He didn't want that out yet. Doc.
I just shoved that together. Christopher G. Mohr, of course. Vanessa's in the film as well. Vanessa
Yes.
Thompson, who is on our H&R podcast as well. So it's a family affair. So I hope you enjoyed it. Let us know. All right, let's get back to brass tacks here. Let's find out what we thought. I believe, Crystal, you're up first. Final thought, score, favorite scene.
Obviously, I think you should watch this movie. I think it's super duper fun. It's got some gore, it's got some goodness, but it's very lighthearted overall. I mean, and it's a vampire flick. So I think you'll really enjoy it. I'm going to give it, I'm having a debate. I have a 3.75, but I also had a 4 here. So
Do it.
I'm gonna go with the 4. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the 4. Like there's just not really. I had a very hard time finding something that I don't like about the film, and the only reason I wouldn't rate it much higher is I feel like it was lighthearted. It just didn't weigh as heavy as some others, and I know that's maybe not fair, but I think this is one that you could watch over and over and over and still enjoy. So that's a beautiful thing. And my favorite scene, oh God, obviously the scream after the bite.
Yes.
I loved it. Beautiful.
Yes.
She's never looked more beautiful.
Yes, she's definitely has the lungs.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right, let's go with Jeff Mohr next. I don't know if that was the order I did, but that's what we're going to do. Jeff, what is your final thoughts, your score, and favorite scene?
I like this too. Yeah, what do I do? Carolyn Williams is phenomenal. I mean, she laughs, she cries, she screams, she kills. she gets even. I just really enjoyed watching her in this. And the other characters, I liked, and I forget the characters' names. Ernie, who was Nicholas Tucci, and Aaron, who was Adam Weppler. Sienna wasn't too likable, but she wasn't supposed to be, and Bob wasn't too likable either. William Youmans and Nicole Kang, but they did a great job playing those characters. I'm going to say 3.75, and I'm going to, my favorite scene is, I just got to stay with what I've been saying, is I don't even know how to say it without giving something away, but when the roles changed somewhat at the radio station, because that was when I went, WTF, this just moved to another level. So
yeah.
Yes, I agree. All right, Dave Dreher, sir, a vampire film. Come on, give us your final thoughts.
A vampire film. Finally, a vampire film. Mm-hmm. I like this a lot. Caroline Williams is spectacular in this, and actually pretty much everybody's spectacular in it. There's just a lot to like here. It's fun. I'm going to give it a 4 as well. Favorite scene, I'm actually going to go with the scene where Caroline's character dresses down the newcomer. She manages. I just kind of a non-horror scene, but she does manage to string together a list of superlatives that was quite impressive.
Yes,
it was just good. Caroline's acting in that scene was stellar. I mean, I don't know what's the horror equivalent of an Oscar. Whatever it is, she should be nominated for it.
She should be. This is a best lead performance. I do think so.
Really good. This is a lot of fun things going on in this movie. A lot of them we can't talk about because it would ruin the view.
I know there's so much I want to say and I can't. Oh man, after the show. I'll just throw out the 4 as well. I'm just going to do it. I actually had the 2 scores. I was teetering 3.75, 4. I'm going to go with 4. I'm just going to do it.
Yeah.
The performances are really the home run here. And Caroline Williams, I really want to see her in more stuff now, and more beefier, meatier roles, not beefier, but meatier roles like this. as opposed to just day player and coming on one day. Give her some substance. She can handle it. She is great in this.
Mhm.
And the film is full of surprises. It's funny. It actually may be a little too lighthearted for some. I think some people are going to come in here wanting a little less of sly comedy in their vampires, but those who like to giggle a little bit are going to have a good time because there's just dialogue and delivery in here that
I just
is
have
wonderful.
to say,
Yes,
I cried as well.
you cried.
I'm not gonna lie, I cried. I cried at the end. So don't think that it's all lighthearted. I mean,
okay.
at the one scene, come on, guys, come on.
Right.
I did. I may have bitched out a little bit and I cried. So it is a little heavy. It's not completely lighthearted. I don't want people to, because that scene snuck up on me. And I was like, I hate you. Yeah. So sorry. I just wanted to throw that out there. Yeah. It was.
Okay. My favorite scene. I'm sure you all are dying to know. No, you're not. You don't care, but I'm going to tell you anyway. I mentioned earlier, there's a party scene and
yeah.
And Nicholas is in the back. Nicholas Tucci is in the back and he's in a really interesting costume. His wardrobe is very interesting at this point. And he just has this look on his face that I just couldn't stop. I was just dying. I was laughing. It was creepy and funny. And I was like, what does this mean? And I just dwelled on it and it had no meaning. It was just him having fun, I'm sure. Yeah. And rabies. It just
you don't happen to be seeing things, do you?
Yeah, I know. Oh man, a good film.
Oh.
All right, there it is. 10 minutes to midnight, which Dave has also, given the subtitle of
accurately.
11:50. I'm sure nobody's thought of that. It's.
Well, they actually justify it because it's the name of the radio show.
Yes, and I love the justification.
So,
I love the fact that that's she wanted to be
The transition.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. And that's what this film's about.
Yep, exactly.
See what I did there? All right.
Yeah, that's what you did. That's what you did, not the writers at all. No.
That was me, man. All right, Dave, Crystal, Jeff, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Well, then let's say goodnight.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Gruesome Magazine.